Hey guys, Francis here, and in this video we're going to be doing a review of the Movo UM6 dynamic microphone. And this microphone is targeted towards content creators, podcasters, voice work like voiceover, and you can even do some vocal work like me if you're a singer-songwriter with this microphone. But we're going to find out by the end of the video. Now I need to mention that this is not a sponsored video, but they did send me this unit of the microphone for the purpose of doing this test and this review, but that's about it. They're going to see the video the same time as you guys. Okay, so let's get into the review and start unboxing. So this is what the Movo UM6 microphone packaging looks like. And then contained in the box, we have some, of course, the manual and some stickers and stuff from the brand. And then in the box, we have a couple of cables. We have a USB-A to USB-C cable. We also have a USB-C to USB-C cable. And then there is an XLR cable. You can use it with your audio interface with the XLR cable, and then you can also plug it in directly to your laptop, because of course it's targeted towards content creators who may be on the go sometimes. Now let's open up the microphone and see what it feels like. Now opening up the microphone, the first thing I notice is it feels really well built. It has some weight to it, like all metal, like really premium build, and yet that pop filter there pops out, and it's really nice. I'm really impressed with the build quality so far, and it kind of has this magnetic feel to it, like a snap to it with the pop filter. So if you put it on, it just snaps like so. Put it on, snap,
just in count,
snap, just like so. So really nice. Then it has this this swivel thing, part of the design, where you can, you know, put it on a mic stand. There's a lot of flexibilities with how you can mount it up. So you have your filters, you have your volume controls and mute buttons and stuff like that. Only works when you're using it in USB mode. And then there is the monitoring port for your headphone, and then the XLR cable port, and then of course the USB-C port. So that's about it when it comes to the look and feel of the microphone. But what does it sound like? How does it work? Well, you've been listening to the microphone throughout the duration of the video so far, and I'm going to, there's no post-production, there is no post-processing rather, and I'm going to leave it like that throughout the duration of the video so that we can feel the sound itself as I'm speaking to it into the microphone will help you make a decision whether or not this is something for you. And I have it plugged into my Movo M4 audio interface here, but then you can also use it directly plugged into your laptop via USB. And the sound is about the same thing plugged into your USB. So right now, as you can see, there's no lights showing as I have it plugged via the XLR cable. But if I plug in the USB like so, you can see that it lights up. So it lights up when I plug in the USB, and there are a couple of buttons here. There is a volume up and volume down button, a mute button, and then there are the EQ settings. I think there is a high pass, a high frequency, and then a flat mode, and then you can use both at the same time as well. And then you control these buttons by just simply tapping once on each of them. Now, when it comes to the sound of the microphone, I'm monitoring the thing right now. I'm also going to listen when I am editing the video, but I think the microphone sounds a little thin. You would want to compare this microphone to something like a Shure SM7B, and you know how deep that sound is, and that's what most people will look out for. So I'm starting with the things I don't like about the microphone first, and before we talk about the things I like. So sounds thin, but nothing you can't fix with a little bit of EQing and compression, just a small tweak here and there. And also some of the EQ settings might sound really good with your voice, but then again, it's not like the microphone does not have that oomph. This is what it sounds like when you're up close, like when you're right on top of the microphone, and you can hear there is a lot more body to the sound. You know it has it, but you have to come up close to really feel that depth. I think it has a sound that can be shaped in post-production, when you're editing, to kind of get the sound that you're going for. So not too much of a downside there, but just right off the gate, it kind of feels and sounds thin to me, a little too thin. And then the next thing is the plosives. I don't think the pop filters do a really good job of rejecting the plosive sounds. It doesn't do so well to tame it. Not so much that it's like a deal breaker. You can still work with this with the built-in pop filter, or you can try other pop filters. I don't know how that will work because they have this whole system here that snaps in and everything, but I'm sure you can rig up something and see how other pop filters will sound. So the pop filter doesn't really do a great job, and those are the only two things I think I don't really fancy about the microphone. But I think everything else, like the sound of it, generally it works, especially for the purpose for content creation, for podcasting, for voiceover work. This works perfectly. And even for some music recording, I have done some music recording with this. I do have the Rode NT1A microphone here, great microphone, and it does stack up. It does compare to even this is a condenser microphone, by the way, and this is a dynamic, and it does sound nice on vocals, I might add. So if that's also something you do and you're thinking if you can pick up this microphone for like an all-rounder type thing, I do think it is a microphone that can serve as an all-rounder. And then the build quality is a huge plus for this microphone. It doesn't feel cheap at all, even though it's just $169, I think, $169 on Movo's website. So for $169 compared to some other high-priced microphones like the Shure SM7B, the sound you're getting, the quality, the flexibility, and the features. We've not even talked about the features, how easy it is for you to use this in many different scenarios. Like this is a makeshift thing rigged up. Sorry about the rumble there. Just trying to show you that I can set this up in many different ways. I can take this swivel thing completely out and mount it on my mic arm here if I wanted to. You can put it on a desk stand if you want to. So many ways to rig it up. But then again, there are the features. The USB thing is really sleek, works really well. You can use it for Zoom calls. No need for an audio interface, just plug and play. You don't even need a cloud lifter and all these other things that you might need with some other microphones. And then the EQ, you have that there to test out which one works for you, the volume control. So you can travel with this, just throw it into your backpack with your laptop and just whip up content with good quality audio anywhere that you find yourself. So I like the flexibility and the features that it has. Overall, I think it's a really solid microphone. And if you're getting into content creation, you need a microphone that is budget but doesn't feel like a budget microphone. If it doesn't look like a cheap microphone, it doesn't sound like a cheap microphone, it doesn't feel like a cheap microphone, but the price, I think it's really well priced at $170, because you can get microphones that are more expensive but don't sound way better than what you're going to get with the Movo UM6. So there you have it. That's my review of the Movo UM6. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this microphone. If you have it already, what do you think? You've been using it for a while. How have you been enjoying or not enjoying the microphone? But personally, I think it's a really decent microphone for anyone who is a content creator, a podcaster, or does any type of vocal work.